Hello, dear guys. How are you? Assalamu alaikum to all of you. Welcome today's our online English class. Thanks everybody, dear students. I hope you all are well at home. Dear students, let us pay thanks to our Mirpur Bangla Higher Secondary School Authority for the thinking of your betterment, and still we are going on with the online English classes for your uninterrupted studies, so that even in COVID-19 situation you can go on with your studies successfully at home. Dear students, this is your Shakir sir. Today I am going to take a class on writing summaries. Since summary writing normally comes in the English first paper exam, both the school examination and in the national examination. So the today's main topics of mine is to make you understand how to write the best summary and how to acquire good marks in the examination, writing summaries. So students, writing summaries is a test by which the examiner try to evaluate your understanding and writing capacity in freehand. So before going through the text, let me make you introduce today's chapter. This Unit 20, this chapter belongs to English Grammar and Composition for class 9-10 book by NCTP. That very book possesses this chapter, writing summaries. So what is summary? The word summary comes from the root word sum, that means addition. Summaries, sum up something. Whenever you are going through a text, if you are asked what you have gone through, let me tell in a nutshell. Then you have to point out only the relevant points, important the original writers has described in the passages. So dear students, before going through the chapter, let me tell you something about the summary and its development. This chapter especially belongs to literature, and literature do have many ages. First we can define the old age, middle age, modern age. So in different ages writing varies. In different ages writing technique also varies. For example, if I cite especially the Elizabethan age literature or pre-industrial age literature or industrial age literature, modern time literature, modern age, postmodernism age. In different times, writing has been guided the students and teachers to write something in different way. So dear student, in Elizabethan age, a passage or a text deals with a single context. But after industrial or industrialization went over, the modern age came. In modern time, we have to point out or we have to integrate different ideas in a single text, but that ideas must be relevant to the central idea or central point. So whenever we are writing summary, we have to integrate the informations or ideas described by the original author or writer in that very text. And we have to point out the only the important ideas and have to write in our own way, in our own words. Dear students, you must keep in memory, you just get inculcated now what I say, that whenever you are writing summary, mind it, you have no choice to put forward your own opinion. You don't have right to put forward your own opinion while writing summaries. And you have to avoid plagiarizing even whenever writing summaries. I will discuss everything in details. So now let us study the chapter, what it instructs you for your better understanding. I must study the chapter of the book given by NCTV in English Grammar and Composition for class 9-10, unit 20, writing summaries. Dear student, let's see what the book instructs us. A summary is a restatement of someone else's word in your own words. So keep in mind, restatement. That means you have to tell the same thing what is written in the text. You have no right to fumble. You have no right to put or show your creativity in the summary writing. Someone else's words in your own words. The very PowerPoint in your own words. That indicates not by your own opinions. Keep it in mind, dear student. You have to write the summary in your own words, not in your opinions. There are many different kinds of summaries, and they are according to the degree to which you interpret or analyze the source. Some are pages long, while others are just 1 or 2 sentences. So summaries can be pages long, it may be huge in size, or it may be in even 1 or 2 sentences together. However, for all types of summary, the writer is responsible for generally stating in his or her own words the main information or argument of another writer. So dear students, main information or arguments of another writer. That means while you are writing summary, you are reading someone's writing and you are restating that someone's writing in your own way. So this is the main ideology of the first para. Dear student, now let me talk to the next segment, purposes of the summary. Purposes of the summary. What is the purpose of summary? Why should we write summary? How does it helpful to student? So summaries benefit the reader because they offer a concise general version of the original information. For a busy reader, summaries provide quick overviews of material. Summaries also show readers that you have understood the general point of a text, and in this way teachers can test your knowledge. The process of summarizing someone else's material enables you to understand that material better. So nothing more to say. Summaries also show readers that you have understood the general points of the text. That means through summary writing we can understand how does a student has understood the passage. So summary can help an examinee to testify a student whether he or she has understood the text better or not. So purpose of summary is to define your understanding power, how much you have understood the text. Now let us next segment, what and when to summarize. What and when to summarize. Many student writers tend to quote when they should summarize material. They tend to quote, keep it in mind, they tend to quote something, that means put something as it is. So many students writers tend to quote when they should summarize material. Quote only when the author expresses a point in a particular telling or interesting language. Otherwise, simply summarize. Use summary to restate an entire argument. Use summary to present information. So what does this four line says? This four line says that you need not quote any word or any sentence that is in the original writing. You are not allowed to quote. You always avoid quoting. Simply summarize. Use summary to restate entire argument. Use summary to present the information. If you quote, then it simply becomes a plagiarizing. So plagiarizing is punishable in summary writing. Now dear student, let us see the instruction, English grammar and composition, page 278, how to summarize. There are some bullet points. So let us discuss the bullet points for your more better understanding, for your crystal clear understanding. Let me read out the bullet points. Read the original passage or text very carefully. So read the text mindfully, attentively, with deep attention. Use a pencil to highlight or underline what you take to be the main point or points of the original text. So point out the main point or points that would be relevant for your writing, or make notes in the margins or on another sheet of paper. So pointing out the main ideas or main information is very important. If you are summarizing entire essay, outline the writer's arguments. So outline the writer's argument. What does writers want to say in different points related to the main plot or theme of the writing. These notes and outlines should be brief. Using this list of points, you write down the summary referring to the original text only when you want to make sure some point. This will help you to reproduce the substance of the passage in your own words. That means whenever you are writing something, read the text carefully, minutely, point out the important informations that you have to be needed, that you have to need to reproduce or restate the text. That is very much important. You have no right to plagiarize or quoting any information given in the text by the original author. If any quote is put forward from another language, then you can quote something, but you have to put document that from which source that quote is taken. Dear student, summary conventions. Summary conventions. Summary can range in length from 2 sentences to several pages. What you have to remember is that when you write a summary of something, you make your summary shorter than original. Usually, summary is 1/3 of the original in length. So, this is the PowerPoint line. usually a summary is 1/3 of the original length. For instance, if a passage is of 150 words, the summary of it would be about 50 words long. And make sure after writing the summary, you should better, or you had better write down how many words you have used in writing the summary. In case, use complete sentences to present the main points or information, the text you are described, and author's general points to the reader. So you have to write information in complete sentence. You should not put forward your words only in using phrases. Don't quote extensively. If you quote, use quotation marks and document the quotation. If you fail to document the quotation, even one word that the author used, you are plagiarizing the material, and plagiarism is punishable in writing summary. Keep it in your memory. So you avoid quoting. If you needed to put quote, you have to document. You have to put forward where from the quote is taken. Source must be cited in the writing. Either it will be a literary theft, plagiarizing. That is punishable job. Dear students, now let us read a story and summarize. Seeing the picture, a lion is trapped in a net. So you can understand what story I am going to read out. But for your better understanding, I won't go through the whole story. A lion was sleeping in his den one day when a mischievous mouse, for no reason, all ran across the outstretched paw and up the royal nose of the king of the beasts. Awakening from his nap, the mighty beast clapped his paw upon the nose, thoroughly frightened little creature, and would have made an end of him. Please square the mouse, don't kill me. So, for the time shortage, I will not go through the whole story. So this is the story you have to go through at home. You know, the little mouse at last helped the king of the beast to save his life. So that was the entire writing, 254 words. Okay. Soon the lion was able to crawl out of the hunter's snare and be free. So now let's see. My purpose is to make you understand how to write summary. Let us see how they have produced the summary of that story. Once a playful mouse ran across the paw and up the nose of a sleeping lion. The lion awoke, caught the mouse, and was about to kill him when the mouse begged forgiveness, saying he might one day return the kindness. Amused, the lion released him soon. Afterward, the lion was caught in a net set by hunters. The mouse heard the lion's roar, recognized his friend's voice, and came to help. His sharp teeth cut the ropes, setting the lion free. So, this is the summary of the whole story, where 254 words have been used. Now here only 82 words is used. So, you see, the NCTV book has cited how many words are used in the summarized languages. Note, the writer of the summary must be able to tell the differences between a main idea and minor idea. In the above fable, the idea that the lion was caught in a net is essential to the story and is therefore a main idea, but it is not necessary or essential to know that when the lion was caught or that had been ranging the forest for his prey. So these things the writer is asking you to avoid, describe the main ideas. Here is a one sentence summary of the fable that we have gone through above. A mouse whose life had once been spared by a lion later returned the kindness by freeing the lion from the hunter's net. So, dear students, you have already understood the summary is written only a single sentence, and here the summary is written first sentence, then the second sentence, then the third sentence. Three sentences, sorry, in the top level, the one sentence, then two sentences, then three sentences, then four sentences, then five sentences. Only the five sentences have summarized the total story. This is the conciseness. There is no plagiarizing. There is no personal opinion of the writer. So, especially whenever we are writing, we students do make mistake that the passage talks about dash dash dot 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 dot. You should not write that way. The passage talks about or whenever you write the passage talks about that very things. This becomes your personal opinion. You have no right to put forward your personal opinion in summary. Summary is the sum up of the total whole. So, whenever you are writing summary, just put forward the main point or arguments that has been told or written by the original writer, and you restate the same thing in your own words, but not your own opinions. Again I am telling, you have no right to put forward your own opinion to write the summary. At the end of the summary, you must cite the words number, how many words you have used in writing those sentences. So dear students, I hope you have understood successfully how to write the summary best. Thank you, dear student. I ask you to go through the chapter at home, then it will be more beneficial for you, and it will be clear to you even if you go through the chapter at home. I hope you are passing a very healthy time at home. I again remind you that the situation is very worsening day by day, even as the winter season is coming. So always try to keep yourself away from any COVID-19 patients or COVID-19 areas. Whenever you are going out, keep mask and safe healthy. You have any asking regarding summary, go to the comment box and ask me question. I will answer you back. And saying this and again thanking you, today I am ending the class. Thank you, dear students. Thank you very much. Bye.